Okay, I'm back. And now today, I want to talk to you about a couple of other things. Um, First, I dictate a lot of letters because one of our key things that we do for our clients is to keep them informed of litigation. And to do that, you have to keep a constant flow of information to the claims rep or to your client, whoever that is. That means really constant status updates. So even a 2-sentence email is better than the client wondering what the heck is going on for the next month. If they call you, if you're the attorney and they have to call you and ask you, if they have to hound you with emails, you're doing something wrong. That's one of the first things I learned at the first law firm I worked at, is the constant communication. And plus they pay you to do it. So why not do it? I try and communicate with every client every 30 days, period, because they'll have a calendar, a rolling calendar that they have to do updates on every claim that they've got. Some of these claims adjusters have 140, 160, sometimes 180 files. When you get to do 100, it's crazy and it's wrong. And they shouldn't do that. If you have private clients, they want specialized attention. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to keep them in the know. Otherwise, they'll yell at you, bark at you. So my point is, if I've hired you, I need you to help me do letters and emails and send things out. A lot of the times I actually want a written letter rather than just an email. Email's fine for some things, but sooner or later I want to fax stuff. The majority of our clients have fax interfaces that they upload the fax into their system automatically. Claims reps tell me if they get an email, they have to do it themselves. So that's why I fax bills to clients. That's why I fax budgets to clients, in order to keep them updated and put it, that way they don't even have to put it in their file. The big update is in the file. That's why when I do a deposition summary letter, I want to fax that thing and then email it. If I have a budget, I want to fax that thing to them and then email it to them. That way it hits the file. Now, why do that? Because sometimes these clients get fired. They quit, they take other jobs, they get sick. And you want the supervisors looking at this thing to know that Steve Armstrong or whoever their attorney is did the job. Or the supervisor's supervisor. That's one thing that one of my first mentors taught me. You're not just trying to market to the claims rep. You're trying to market to their supervisor and their supervisor's supervisor. We are in marketing. I didn't know that when the first, 7-8 years of being a lawyer, I did not understand that. We are in marketing. We are in sales. So every time you do a good deed, you're selling yourself. Every time you win something, you're selling yourself. Even if you don't do it, you can sell yourself by constant communication. I had one client tell me one time that with all the information I gave to her, I made her life easier. I mean, nobody said that since, but hey, that's a good thing to hear sometime. Okay, so my point is, when I'm going to give you some raw letters, and I want you to plug them into the existing formats. We've got macros for letters. I want you to plug them in. If I say, hey, please take this letter on Jones and plug it into the letter, take the last letter I did on the Jones file and plug it into that one and save it with the new date. That the name should be, letter like letter to client January 9, just that simple. Or you can make it letter January 9 to client on Social Security request or on medical records, whatever. Give some hint, because when I'm looking at it a month from now, when I'm in Paducah or in Covington, from my truck or from Starbucks, I need to know what was sent out and what it's about, rather than hunting and pecking for it and looking for it for 5-10 minutes. I want to see what the heck this thing's about, this letter. It'll need revision. You'll want to do editor on Microsoft Word, make it look good, professional. I try not to send out any kind of letters with grammatical errors or misspellings. You want everything to look perfect and as perfect as it can get and look good. That way your clients think, well, this guy can at least do grammar. And they really do think, or I've thought before, right, if this guy can't do basic spelling or grammar, what else can't they do? that's a problem. I've seen that with people before. Sloppy stuff. You don't want it. You don't want it. I don't want it. Nobody wants it. So that's why I'm asking you to send it to Microsoft Word editor and do a spell check, do a grammar check, and all that stuff. Next thing is the lost art of the phone call. People in this day and age like to text. They like to text all the time. It just doesn't work as well. Phone calls work. I just had to call court physical therapy. I got the lady on the phone and said, where's the medical records that I subpoenaed from you back in November? I was very nice, professional. She explained the situation, said that that's not her department, and it isn't her department. She's just the receptionist, so you can't bark at these people. Not too much, at least. Anyway, she told me who to call. It's not gonna, I'm gonna have to write this up and do something with it. But I called them, left a voicemail. 50-50 whether I get a response on this, even though I've sent out a subpoena. But there's only so much you can do. So anyway, but the phone call, I've made 2 phone calls this morning looking for basic medical records. You have to do that every week, quite frankly, to be a successful attorney or to be a successful paralegal. You're constantly looking for records and looking for various things. So the lost art of the phone call. When I graduated from law school, the Bar Association president gave the commencement speech, and he said, it's the only thing I remember from the commencement speech, but he said, return phone calls. If you do that, you'll be better. You'll be ahead of 50% of the people around you right from the get-go if you just return phone calls. And that's an absolute fact. So the lost art of the phone call, I had this boss down in Atlanta. He was like a Jedi master. He could talk people into anything on the phone because he was a real Southern master at talking. I'm a little bit rougher. It's okay. But I can still try and talk people into doing things on the phone. That's it for the day. Thank you.